the revision. There you have learned the terms very simply, simple terms actually. Now today, this chapter, this year you will be learning in terms of two-dimensional motion, that is angular velocity, angular displacement, like that. Okay, so already in mechanics you have already have learned all this: angular velocity, angular displacement, all that. So that's the same thing. When I was taking that in that chapter, I told you this we will be learning in second volume chapter. So that is the one. And this is the same thing we are going to carry to +2 first chapters: electric charges, then current, electricity, and then come to electromagnetic induction. So first volume of +2, also some of the terms what we learn in this chapter will come, not all, but that this angle, then rotation, all that things. Okay, so because +2 we are going to have the waves, electric waves, magnetic waves, or magnetic radiations. So generally oscillations and waves are common to all the particles in the medium: solid medium, liquid medium, and as well as the gas medium. So far we have learned properties of fluids, properties of solids, then thermal properties. Everywhere the particles is a matter. And also in the case of electricity, it's the electrons, protons. Their oscillation is a matter, or their vibration is a matter. So here mainly we are going to learn about oscillations and how many types of oscillations we have, and how the particle will exhibit the simple harmonic oscillation, damped oscillations, and what are the energy, everything. In thermal properties also you have learned the energy, velocity, all that. Here also in wave mechanics. So this is a part of wave mechanics. We completed solid mechanics, fluid mechanics, then we completed thermal mechanics, that is thermodynamics, and now we are coming to the wave mechanics. Okay. So what is your idea about a vibration? Punya, what do you mean by the term vibration?
When the particle is
Hmm.
position is changing,
Position is changing. How? Are they changing in a straight line motion?
random motion.
Random motion. Okay, random motion. Okay, random motion, that means they don't have particular direction. Correct. Okay. Uh, Vidur, what do you mean by the word vibration? If you say that a spring is vibrating, how does the spring vibrate? Hmm? This all you have learned now. Sound, in that chapter you have learned sound waves. Then we learned optics, chapter 10. I mean, so class 10 we have learned light waves, reflection, refraction, all this we have said that. Now tell me, what's your idea about the vibration? Vidur? When I ask you, I cannot see you, your name, and I asked you, you were there. Now I cannot see you. Hmm? Is that you are disappearing like some of the ninth standard? And the moment I ask the question, they switch off the video and disappear from the class, especially 9A. 9A and 9C, some of them. You may be remembering those who are in the hostel, Ashik and that company, Sean and all. The moment I ask, they switch off the video, disappears. And that kind of characters is there in all the classes. Up to 7, you go for online, it is very vibrant. Up to 7, I can say 8. Okay, 8 to C. Up to that, all online classes very vibrant. Children will respond, they will on the video. But from 9th standard onwards, teachers become a speakers only. Only speak, and be tired of speaking. Until the water will get over in our throat, we will going on speaking, and you will be simply switch off the video, switch on the video, all that. What to tell you all? Okay, Vidur, at least you can use little brain. What do you mean by a vibration? As I am just giving you clue also. What do you mean by the term vibration? Yes, Gayatri, you have given me answer correct.
Constant motion
Constant motion.
on
Okay.
the same plane.
On a same plane. Okay, Vidur, I am just asking you. If I pull the spring, if I pull the spring and release it, suppose the spring is suspended in the air, and I pull it downward, and then I release it. How does the spring vibrate? How does that move? Because it's a vibrational motion. Hmm? Look at least imagine that spring is pulled and then you release it. How does the spring moves? If spring is moving a straight line motion like this, car is moving like that, or like a sun is moving, I mean, earth is moving like this, is that the spring is when we push, pull and release?
It is coming back
Coming
and
back and going.
going.
Going. That means back and forth motion. Yes. Okay, correct. So whenever I ask you, imagine those particular things. So oscillation is a back and forth movement of particles in a medium. Back and forth movement of a particle. So a simple vibration is the forward and backward motion of the particle in a medium. So simple vibration is back and forth the particle of a medium in a particles in a medium. It can be solid medium, it can be liquid medium, correct? So every medium has its own vibrating property. For example, if I just tap on this table, you could hear the sound, I hope so, when I tap on it. Could you hear it? So how do you hear that sound? 9th standard, you have learned the chapter sound. How does the sound travel, Atul? How does the sound travel?
And the surface of the table vibrates, then the particles around it vibrates, and then it finally reaches our ear.
Reaches to our eardrum also vibrates. Yes, exactly. So this is the exactly. So vibration, every medium vibrate, but it depends upon three things. So vibrating property of a body or a medium, solid, liquid, gas. All these three are depending upon mainly three properties. The first property is density of the medium. The first property. So what is vibration or oscillation? It is the backward and forward motion of the particles in a medium. Now, which are the factors affecting the vibration of a medium? Next thing, which are the factors? So this is what we learn only. I'm just having a revision. Which are the factors affecting medium? First one, density of the medium. Density of the medium. Second factor is the elasticity of the medium. Elasticity of the medium. Elasticity of the medium. And third one, intermolecular structure of the medium. Intermolecular structure of the medium. Intermolecular structure of the medium. So you just heard when I tap on the table, you could hear the sound. But if I tap on the book, I'm just tapping on this textbook, you could hear the sound. Is the sound is too much audible, just like I tap on the table, or less audible? Nandana?
Less audible.
Less audible. So that means as we compare with the table, actually both are solid medium. But the problem is table transmit the sound waves faster than the book. So even in the solid, density is a factor. And elasticity. Maybe the vibration of the table may stretch more as I tap on it than the book. Okay, than the book. Therefore, when vibrations stretching means there is more vibration, up and down movement of the particles in the table than the book. Okay, so that is the reason. So this is the same reason sound is transmitting through air. Okay, and as we have learned in 9th standard, The sound travels faster in solids, less in liquids, and least in air. So this is the reason. So depending upon the structure and density and elasticity, the vibration and oscillation of every particle is there, is changes. Okay. So that means what we understand from this, oscillation or vibration is a repeated motion. You have learned in 7th standard 5 motions, that is straight line motion, circular motion, random motion, periodic motion, and last one oscillatory motion. So oscillatory motion or oscillations, actually it is the repeated motion at a particular point. Okay, so that is oscillation. So it is the repeated motion or backward and forward motion of the particle. And now we are going to see in this chapter the different types of oscillations. First oscillation what we learn is simple harmonic oscillation. So types of oscillations. So you can write down types of oscillations. Next heading, types of oscillations. Types of oscillations. First one, simple harmonic oscillation. First type is known as simple harmonic oscillation. First type, simple harmonic oscillation. We simply say SHR. So every time it is not, because many times we are commonly use the word simple harmonic. So we can represent simple harmonics in a simple way, that is capital S, capital H, capital M. So that is simple harmonic oscillation. And what type of this oscillation it is? So generally speaking, it is a periodic oscillatory motion actually. It is a periodic oscillator. So now you will write the simple equation. When we learn detail, you will come to know in terms of the properties of this. It is a periodic oscillatory motion. It is a periodic oscillatory motion. That means, what do you mean by the word periodic? The word periodic gives you what? The word periodic means what?
Regular intervals.
Yeah, regular, correct, very good. It's a regular intervals. That means oscillations takes place at a regular intervals. That is periodic oscillatory. Or simply we can say this is an oscillatory motion which is periodic motion. Which is periodic motion. So that means every oscillation can be different. If you talk about branches are shaking. If you talk about branches are shaking when the breeze comes. You can see the branches also move, oscillatory motion. But you cannot say that's periodic motion. Why? Whenever a breeze comes only, that started moving. So we don't know when is the breeze comes. It is not coming at a regular interval. Depending upon the climatic condition, this will change. That's correct. So it is not it is oscillatory, but we cannot say periodic. But you can see a circular motion. Earth is revolving around the sun. It's a periodic motion. But it is also an oscillatory motion. That's what we are going to learn that. So you'll be wondering, ma'am, Earth is rotating, then how can it become vibrating like that? Okay, so that is what we are going to study. Simple harmonic motion also is a circular motion, because simple harmonic motion also contains angular displacement, all that. So when you compare with these quantities with the circular motion, then the earth rotation can be a periodic oscillatory motion. So that is in terms of that quantities. Now don't write that one, we will go after learning that. So periodic motion means Earth is revolving around the sun in a correct, and Earth is rotating its own axis every 24 hours. It's a periodic motion. Okay, so simple pendulum, spring, all these exhibit this kind of motion. So that is the simple harmonic motion in a simple way. Okay. Now next is forced oscillation. Next one, number 2, forced oscillation. Forced oscillation. The word forced itself you understood. That means you have to apply a force. Okay. So the repeated motion of a particles, repeated motion of the particles under an external force. Under an external force. Forced oscillation, repeated motion of the particles under an external force, that is known as forced oscillation. Can you give me an example for that? Shall I ask you someone who did not always, I get the... Evelyn, can you give me an example for a forced oscillation in a daily life? Forced oscillation means something you are doing, you are giving energy, and so that it is oscillating. So once you don't apply the force, that particle stop oscillating. That's why. Can you give me the answer for it? Yes, so many has given. Okay, Srihari, I only checked in the chat box now. Yeah, okay, Evelyn, can you tell me one example in a daily life? Okay. During Onam days, what are the pictures come to your mind? Yes, Naurin, correct. Evelyn, she's gone now. Are you there? Evelyn? I can't see her. Yes, you are there. Tell me, in Onam days, what are the pictures coming to my mind? Coming to your mind? Yes, Gayatri, correct. So many are giving me answer. Evelyn only not responding. Okay, shall I go to Lydia? Lydia? Because these are the sum of... Yes, Lydia, can you tell me? No answer. Payasam. Correct. Emmanuel. Okay. Yes. Emmanuel only think about now 1 o'clock. No, you didn't have your lunch, I think so. Correct. Payasam. Emmanuel is saying payasam. Good. Anthony, flowers. Okay. When I saw, apart from this eating and this, what else will come? You play some games. Usually, if you open the TV in during Onam days, no, you can see so many things. Couples and parents and children all do that one oscillatory motion. Can you tell me that?
Swing.
Swing. Lydia and all not even answer. So many give me answer. Vadamalli. Okay. Anthony, you are very fond of flowers, I think so. Okay. Correct. Okay, it's a simple thing. Swing. Okay. Payasam and no oscillatory motion. Correct. You're only intake motion. So oscillatory motion is swing. Unala. Yeah. That is a very common thing in our daily life. So you must have seen in that always. Whenever you push the swinging will be in a particular speed. So you can reduce or increase the speed of the swing as you going on pushing the external one. So suppose you give a push, the swing started moving, and if you don't give continuous push, you know what happened. What happened? It will slowly slowly slow down, and it stops. So when we give a push, it's a forced oscillation. Correct? Yeah. So that is the forced oscillation. Next, third one, damped oscillation. Damped oscillation. Damped oscillation. Damped means oscillation which stops gradually. So it is the oscillatory motion which slows down, gradually in the absence of external force. So that is known as damped oscillation. Okay. That is known as damped oscillation. So damped oscillation is which the oscillatory motion which slows down gradually in the absence of external force. The same example, the swing, simple pendulum. As long as you release the simple pendulum, it will continue moving backward and forth. And after sometimes, if you don't push it more, it will slowly come down. Similarly, another one is our swing. Already I told you. If you stop pushing, it will be stopped gradually. Spring. Once you release it, spring started vibrating. Slowly, it becomes damped. Okay. So all these are known as different type of oscillations. And damped oscillation means slowly it goes down. So these are the three types of oscillatory motion. And here we are going to learn mainly simple harmonic oscillation, its energy, its momentum, velocity. So before that, let us go to see some of the technical terms you have already learned in sound chapter 9, time period, frequency, wavelength. So before I share with you, can you just tell, Mehak, are you there? Can you tell me, Mehak, what do you mean by frequency of a vibration? You can just remember whatever things you studied in your previous classes, and you can tell me what do you mean by frequency of a wave or frequency of a vibration. Mehak, are you saying? Are you there? If you have any audio problem, you can type it also. Mehak, Srihari, Michael, all three of you. You can give me your answer. I prefer you to open up and respond through mic more than typing it. Those are problem, you can type, others no. I'm asking all three of you. Srihari, Michael and Mehak. Frequency, what do you understand? Yes, Michael, what do you mean by frequency? Yes, Srihari, your answer is correct.
It's the amount of vibrations per second.
Yes, it's the amount of vibration per second. Mehak, can you repeat what this Michael and Michael told at least? She's gone. Because I don't want to every time to ask it to the same student, those are give me answer. I want everyone to understand whether it follows or not. Then only no. I also will feel that first of all video is off. I don't know what is happening on I cannot make out from your face what is happening while I teach. And that's why I'm asking questions. Okay. So if I'm going on, every time I'm asking the same students, Achyut, Nandana, Punya, Michael, Atul, all the same students I'm going on asking. Okay, frequency is the number of oscillations per second. Since we are talking about, we can write frequency in terms of it. Okay. Yes. So let us turn the technical terms which is related to the oscillation. You can write the heading technical terms which is related to oscillation. Technical terms related to oscillation. Or we can say key terms. After discussing with all these key terms only, we can go. Okay. So there are many systems, both natural and man-made, that vibrate back and forth around an equilibrium point. So you know oscillations, talking about the pendulum. Pendulum moves. You know the pendulum of a clock. It will moves in one particular direction and it will comes and repeated and come. That is what. In the case of a simple pendulum, you know it. Suppose this is the pendulum, and when it is not vibrating, a pendulum is at rest, and this is known as mean position or equilibrium position. So in the case of waves, when vibration is not taking place and pendulum is stationary at a particular point, and that is the position we call it equilibrium position. Why do we call for it is equilibrium position? Because equilibrium position means all the equal and opposite forces are equal. Equal and opposite forces are balanced each other, and simple pendulum remains at the stationary. So equilibrium position means it is the mean position at which a particle of a medium at rest. Now, when it start oscillating, first it moves to one direction, that means right to left, and it reaches to a position, we call it as extreme position. After changing the place, it is moving to a particular position as a maximum height, and that is known as extreme position. Then it will return back to the same path, come to the rest, and again it goes to opposite direction. It goes to opposite direction the way I am drawing it. Then it come to the right extreme position. Again it come back to the mean position, and once it come back to the mean position, we can say one oscillation completed. So how can you count that one oscillation in the case of a simple pendulum? It will start moving from mean position to left extreme, then come back to the same path and go to the right extreme, and then come back to the same equilibrium position. Then we can say it's a one oscillation. Now next, the second oscillation, it go up, come back, go to the right extreme and come back. Then third oscillation, it will start from here, go to the left, come back to mean position, and then it come back to the go to right, and then come back to the original position. So this is 1, 2, 3 oscillation. So oscillation will be continue like that. So that is the word. What do you mean by equilibrium point? Okay, mainly we have a common example which will exhibit oscillation in our daily life: a mass on a spring, a pendulum, and electrons under alternating current. Okay, spring also same. Suppose this is a spring is suspended and you pulled back. It will go first to the rest position where the spring is stationary, then go upward, then come back. So one oscillation. Go down, go to mean position and come back. That's the second oscillation. Again, go down, come to the mean position, and go up and come to the mean position again. Then third oscillation started. So like that. So this is in the case of a pendulum, and this is the main reason for alternating current. So you are going to study detail 2-3 chapters related to that in +2 on month of March. We will be starting that time. So electrons under alternating current also same thing. Current is like that only. So current means generator. You remember the generator. Generator is a rectangular coil, and due to electromagnetic induction it started rotating. So the first rotation goes to maximum maximum point, then come back to the x-axis, then go back to the negative extreme, and then come back to the x-axis. So this is how AC, you remember in 10th standard I taught you the waves of alternative waves. So in the case of electric current, the first one, what you call this is crest. Do you remember the upper part of the wave? We call it as crest, and down part we call it as trough. T-R-U-G-H. Okay, trough. So it goes on up. That is, in the case of simple pendulum, it is the left extreme. Then come down x-axis. That's mean position. Then go down, because AC means alternating current. So next extreme is right side extreme in the case of a simple pendulum, and then. So this is, so all these exhibit the oscillatory motion. So these are the some examples. Oscillatory motion. So first key term about equilibrium position, I hope you understood. So this and all for your understanding only. In the exam under this question may not ask what is equilibrium, because everywhere equilibrium is there. You have learned that thermodynamics also equilibrium. Solid mechanics, a car is in motion, that also equilibrium. A body is moving up and down, there also equilibrium. So we call it balance force. So everywhere this equilibrium position is there. That is depending upon the branch of physics and branch of the situations. Next term, second term. So first we have learned what do you mean by equilibrium. Next one. So it is given what are the key terms for a pendulum. For a pendulum, it is bottom center that I already drawn and showed you. For a mass on a spring, the point where the upwards pull of the spring equals the downward pull of the weight. So there is that equal position where it's from where we started stretching. So that is the mean position. Next term, displacement. Now here onwards, you have to understand the letter. So here also we represent displacement of the spring or pendulum as x. So displacement x of the system is the vector displacement of the system from its equilibrium point. So what do you mean by displacement? Again, the simple pendulum, from the mean position, it started moving to the right extreme. So that is the maximum displacement we call it. Okay. So from equilibrium point, particle, how much it shifted. So that is known as displacement x. Usually, displacement is considered in one dimension. Usually, displacement is considered in one dimension. Is it time? Okay. One dimension, and we given symbol x. So we will represent displacement as x. So that's the second term. You can just write down only keywords. You write down equilibrium point. You can write down equilibrium point. Keywords first, equilibrium point. Put hyphen and you can just write the mean position from which a particle began oscillating. A particle began oscillating under a force. Or bracket you can write rest position of the pendulum. Or rest position of the pendulum before oscillation. For it to understand. Rest position of the pendulum before oscillation. For example. Okay. Next term, displacement x. Next term, displacement x. Put a hyphen and you can write. It is the distance. Yes.
Ma'am. Like equilibrium point, can you say again?
Equilibrium point is the mean position of the particle. Mean position of the particle at which it began oscillating, under external force. In bracket you can write it is the stationary position. It is the stationary position of a pendulum, bracket, stationary position of a pendulum before oscillating. And you can add there, at that point displacement x is equal to 0, because there is no movement, At that point displacement x is equal to 0. That you can add now. I forgot to tell you. Now second keyword displacement x. Second keyword displacement x. Displacement. So the definition you can just write, it is the distance. It is the distance. It is the distance at which a particle shifted, at which a particle shifted from mean position. Shifted from mean position. It is the distance at which a particle shifted from mean position. Okay. So that is the second term. Next term, third term, amplitude. That you already have learned. Amplitude we represent capital A. It is the maximum displacement of the system or particles. It is the maximum displacement of the system Hello? Okay. ഞാൻ വരാട്ടോ. I'll come on Monday. Monday വരാം. You can also write maximum displacement. It is the height of a wave from its equilibrium point. It is the height of a wave from its equilibrium point. These are some different terms. On the basis of the picture, you can understand. It is the height of the wave from its equilibrium point. Other way, half the peak to trough height. So crest and trough we have learned in 9th standard, the same thing. So that is amplitude A. So already you know what is displacement and at what maximum displacement a particle reaches. So this is known as amplitude. Okay. So first one we write it as positive amplitude. Then come back again, go to the next side extreme. Same displacement. So that you will give as minus amplitude, minus A. So that is what we are going to discuss. Just like a alternating current, no? Positive half cycle and negative half cycle. So half the peak to trough height this way. So if you just represent a wave motion like this. So it is the maximum height. So this is the maximum displacement and this is the negative amplitude. So this is, we call it a positive amplitude. This is known as negative amplitude. This upper part we call it crest and lower part we call it as a trough. Now second term, wavelength lambda of a moving wave means it is also indicate the oscillation. Wave, vibration, all these are the same sentence. The wavelength of a moving wave. Lambda means it is the distance. It is the distance traveled. It is the distance traveled. It is the distance traveled by one oscillation. It is the distance traveled by one oscillation or vibration.